Hey everyone, welcome to English Podcast for Listening and Speaking. I'm excited. Pet ownership sounds simple, but the details about types and needs can surprise you.
Oh wow, totally. Pets change our routines, budgets, even our moods. Before we dive in, quick friendly reminder, please like, share, and comment. It honestly helps YouTube recommend us.
And it helps other learners improve their English. Thanks, truly. Today we'll explore breeds, vet visits, temperament, grooming, and real daily needs. Not just cute photos, actual responsibilities.
Responsibilities sound serious, but pets bring joy. I'm curious, do you already own a pet or are you just dreaming? Tell us your story in the comments. I'm reading everything.
Same here. I'm really interested in your lifestyle details. Apartment or house? Busy or flexible schedule? Those choices shape the right pet. Dogs, cats, small mammals, fish, reptiles, very different needs.
Exactly. And for IELTS learners, listen closely for specifics. We'll compare temperaments: calmer, noisier, friendlier, more independent. These comparatives help you describe differences clearly, naturally, confidently.
Let's set the scene. Imagine choosing between a high-energy dog and a quieter cat. The dog might be friendlier with strangers, but also noisier and more demanding. The cat could be calmer and independent.
Ha ha. And lower maintenance doesn't mean no maintenance. Litter boxes, grooming, vet checkups, still essential. If you had limited time, would you choose a more independent pet or a companion needing constant attention?
That's our first reflective question. Pause, think, comment. I'll also ask a listening challenge notice when we mention breed, vet, and temperament. Those keywords signal important details about needs and care.
Right, and temperament isn't just sweet or aggressive, it's energy level, tolerance, adaptability, and how easily the animal handles change. A calmer temperament might suit small apartments or busy professionals.
On the other hand, a more energetic temperament could suit active families who enjoy daily walks, training, and games. One pet isn't better, just better for different lifestyles. That's the comparative mindset.
Mindset matters. Some people adopt because their hearts melt at the shelter. Beautiful, yes, but please match temperament to your routine. If you had a tiny studio, would you adopt a giant, energetic breed?
Probably not. Second conditional time, if I had a small apartment, I'd choose a quieter cat or a smaller breed with lower exercise needs. Hear that natural pattern? It's practical English, not a formula.
Nice modeling. And opinions? You'll hear them too. In my view, adoption is powerful and compassionate. You can rescue, foster, and change a life. But I get that training and time still matter.
I agree. I'm convinced you should plan a budget before adopting. Food, grooming, vaccinations, emergency vet visits, microchipping costs add up quickly. A cheaper pet up front might be more expensive long term.
Exactly. Let's warm up with idioms. If someone accidentally reveals a surprise puppy, they let the cat out of the bag. Haha, terrible secret keeper, adorable outcome. That idiom means revealing a secret.
Another one, the elephant in the room. With pets, it might be allergies or limited time. People avoid discussing it, but it's huge. Better to discuss openly before making promises to a living creature.
And top dog. In conversation, it means the winner or the most important person. In homes, sometimes the dog literally feels top dog, haha, running everyone's schedule with daily walks and play.
Speaking of schedules, pets reorganize time. Morning walks, evening grooming, monthly flea prevention, annual vaccinations. If you worked late every night, would you still choose a pet requiring constant exercise?
Tough call. I'd consider a calmer breed or even a cat less demanding, more independent. Comparatives help here. Calmer than, less demanding than, more adaptable than. Use them like everyday tools.
IELTS tip when describing suitability. Try more adaptable to small spaces or less likely to bark. Those comparatives convey nuanced judgments without sounding extreme. It's persuasive but measured language.
Exactly. And temperament words confident, shy, reactive, easygoing pair nicely with comparatives. This breed is generally more easygoing than that breed. Simple, helpful, respectful. We're evaluating needs, not judging personality.
Let's frame the episode. We'll cover types and temperaments, real daily responsibilities, costs and space, common problems and solutions, and finish with viral, shareable takeaways you can post everywhere.
And we'll keep modeling opinions, modals, and second conditionals. For example, you should research breed tendencies. You must schedule regular vet visits. You might consider adoption first. You could foster before committing.
Devil's advocate moment. Some say cats are always easier. I'd push back. Certain cats need intense enrichment, medical diets, or careful socialization. A supposedly easy pet can become harder than expected.
True, and some small dogs are calm, quiet, deeply affectionate. Labels can mislead. Better to observe temperament, ask the shelter, meet the animal twice, and imagine the daily routine honestly.
For listening practice, catch our comparative structure. Quieter than, friendlier than, more independent than, less demanding than, healthier than. Repeating patterns help you understand subtle differences fast.
All right, quick audience questions. Which pet fits your current lifestyle best, and why? Which temperament traits feel essential for you, calm, playful, patient, protective? Drop your thoughts in the comments now.
And don't be shy. Your answers help other learners compare options and practice English. Remember, liking, sharing, and commenting directly helps YouTube recommend this show to more learners. Thank you.
Stories help vocabulary stick. Imagine a shy cat adapting slowly. You might say, she's calmer now, more confident than last month, less reactive around visitors. That's emotional progress in comparatives.
Another example. A high-energy dog after consistent training might be quieter than before, healthier than last year, more responsive on the leash, less anxious during storms. Real change, measurable with language.
And about needs, space matters. A small apartment doesn't banish dogs, but it nudges choices. Short, frequent walks, puzzle toys, and training become essential. Cats need vertical space, scratching posts, and predictable routines.
Budget matters too. Food quality, grooming tools, litter, parasite prevention, emergency funds. You should plan for unexpected vet costs. You might save monthly in a pet fund to avoid painful decisions later.
Here's a mini role play. If I work 12-hour shifts, I'd choose a pet that's more independent, maybe a pair of bonded cats. They'd be calmer together, less lonely, more adaptable to my schedule.
If I lived near a park and worked remotely, I'd consider a rescue dog needing regular exercise. I'd say, I should walk him twice daily. I could schedule training. I might join weekend socialization classes.
Socialization matters. Early positive experiences help animals feel safer around people, sounds, and environments. It's kinder long-term and makes daily life smoother. Less stress for you, more confidence for them.
Let's touch adoption versus breeder briefly. Adoption can be cheaper initially and ethically rewarding, but still requires research. Responsible breeders prioritize health, temperament, and transparency. Both paths demand commitment and honesty.
Honesty with yourself, especially. If you need quiet, say so. If you crave adventure, say so. The right pet amplifies your life rather than fights it. That emotional fit matters as much as any checklist.
Final idiom for now, a different animal. It means something very different. Owning a puppy versus adopting an older cat is a different animal entirely. Schedule, training, energy, vet care, everything.
Nice. So, tell us this in the comments. If you had unlimited time and space, what pet would you choose, and why? If your budget was tight, what would you change?
Great reflection. Keep those responses coming. They're perfect for practicing opinion starters. In my view, I'm convinced, from experience, I'd argue, I'd prefer, I'd avoid, I'd choose, because...
All right, friends, breathe, smile, and get ready. We're diving next into types and temperaments with real comparisons you can reuse in speaking tests and real life. Feeling excited already.
Same here. Stick around as we compare personalities, needs, and suitability. We'll even bring in a veterinarian cameo to clarify key terms like breed, temperament, and preventive care.
Before we switch sections, tiny nudge, please like, share, and drop your thoughts. Your support keeps this community growing, and honestly, it warms my heart. Thank you.
And it sharpens your English every week. Okay, grab water, settle in, and picture your ideal companion. Ready for practical comparisons? Let's go deeper into types and temperaments next. Alright, let's compare real options. Dogs, cats, small mammals, fish, reptiles each has distinct needs. Temperament, grooming, vet schedules, space, and time matter far more than cuteness.
Agreed. I feel excited and cautious. A playful puppy sounds adorable, but daily exercise and training are demanding. A quieter adult cat might be calmer, cheaper, and more adaptable.
Let's start with dogs. Many breeds love structure, walks on a leash, crate training, socialization classes. Friendly, loyal, sometimes noisy. Generally more interactive than cats, but also more time-intensive.
And breed temperament varies. A herding breed might be more energetic than a toy breed. Some are healthier overall, others need careful screening. You should ask about genetic testing, hips, heart, and temperament lines.
Cats next. Often more independent, less demanding, easier indoors. Litter boxes require consistent cleaning, enrichment, and scratching posts. Socialization still matters. A shy cat might need patience, privacy, and predictable routines.
Comparatives help. Cats are often quieter than dogs, easier to house indoors, and less demanding than high-energy breeds. But some cats are more sensitive and need richer enrichment than relaxed, couch-loving dogs.
Small mammals, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters. Usually cheaper initially, but still need grooming, vet care, and safe enclosures. Quieter than dogs, sometimes friendlier than cats, yet more fragile and sensitive to temperature.
Fish are visually calming, quieter than everyone, haha, but tanks demand maintenance, water chemistry, filtration, temperature. You must research species compatibility. A community tank can become chaos without careful choices.
Reptiles, bearded dragons, geckos, snakes. Fascinating, less cuddly, a different animal entirely. Heat lamps, humidity, correct diet, less noisy than dogs, but more technical than cats. Commitment still essential.
Let's bring in a professional voice. Dr. Kim, thanks for joining us. Quick definitions for learners. Breed, vet, temperament, can you clarify in simple, practical language?
Absolutely. Breed is a genetic group with typical traits. Vet means veterinarian, your animal's doctor. Temperament is behavioral style calm, shy, reactive, confident, shaped by genetics, socialization, and environment.
Great. Quick follow-up. What early steps should new owners prioritize, regardless of species? We want listeners catching essentials for their checklists and IELTS listening practice.
Schedule a wellness exam, vaccinations if needed, microchip for identification, and discuss spay or neuter timing. Start enrichment and socialization early. Preventive care is cheaper than emergency care, always.
Preventive care feels like insurance for calm hearts. Learners, notice vocabulary. Microchip, spay, neuter, enrichment, socialization. These words signal responsibility, not just affection. Love plus structure equals happier animals.
Devil's advocate here. People assume adoption is always easier. I'd argue adoption is meaningful, but still requires observation. Shelter staff can guide temperament, yet home routines might reveal different behaviors.
True, adoption can be cheaper up front than buying from a breeder, but medical or training needs sometimes make it more demanding. Still, emotionally rewarding and socially impactful rescue stories inspire communities.
Comparatives again. A senior dog might be calmer than a puppy, cheaper to train, and more predictable indoors. A kitten could be more adaptable than an older cat, but more mischievous and demanding initially.
Lifestyle matching matters most. If you're active, a high-energy breed may be happier with you than a sedentary family. If you're busy, a calmer, independent cat might be kinder to your schedule.
Let's model opinion starters and modals. In my view, you should research breed tendencies for exercise and grooming. You must budget for vet visits. You could foster first to test your routine.
From experience, I'd say you should plan enrichment puzzle toys, climbing shelves, chew items. You might rotate activities weekly. That variety keeps temperament balanced and reduces boredom, barking, scratching, or destructive chewing.
Role-play time. If I had little outdoor space, I'd choose a quieter breed or an adult cat. I'd schedule short indoor games, daily window time, and structured enrichment sessions.
If I worked remotely, I'd adopt a rescue dog with moderate energy. I'd say, I should do morning walks. I might join weekend training. I would schedule monthly grooming.
Speaking of grooming, some breeds shed heavily, others are more hypoallergenic. A poodle mix might be less sheddy than a husky, but grooming appointments could be more frequent and expensive. Trade-offs everywhere.
Cats too. Long-haired cats can be friendlier than stereotypes suggest, but require brushing. Short-haired cats shed less visibly, yet still shed. You should invest in brushes, lint rollers, and good litter management.
Quick idiom checkpoint. The elephant in the room with cats might be litter odor. Solve it proactively. Clumping litter, frequent scooping, ventilation. A cleaner setup is healthier and more pleasant for everyone.
Another idiom, top dog. In multi-pet homes, one animal might dominate. Your job is fair boundaries, measured affection, and structured routines so everyone feels safe, respected, and loved.
Back to Dr. Kim, for a myth-busting moment, are purebreds always healthier than mixed breeds, or vice versa? Listeners hear conflicting claims constantly.
Health depends on screening and care. Responsible breeders test for common issues. Mixed breeds can be hardy, but not automatically. Regular vet checks, vaccines, nutrition, and exercise matter more than labels.
Balanced and practical. Learners, grab that language. Depends on, not automatically, matters more than. Useful for nuanced opinions in speaking tests and real decisions at shelters or clinics.
Temperament testing asks shelters about behavior notes. Is the dog reactive on the leash? Comfortable in a crate? Friendly with children? These details predict daily routines better than photos or headlines.
For cats, ask about scratching habits, litter preferences, confidence with visitors, and response to changes. A cat calmer than average adapts better to apartments. A reactive cat needs quiet, patience, and gentle introductions.
Small mammals compare guinea pigs and hamsters. Guinea pigs are often friendlier than hamsters, more vocal, and need larger enclosures. Hamsters are more solitary, usually cheaper, but nocturnal and escape artists. Haha.
Reptiles compare bearded dragons and leopard geckos. Bearded dragons are more interactive than many reptiles, but need larger setups. Geckos are smaller, quieter, sometimes simpler, but temperature and humidity still demand precision.
Fish betta versus community tank. A single betta can be easier than managing multiple species, less conflict, cheaper equipment. But you still must monitor water quality, temperature, and feeding carefully.
Let's weave comparatives naturally for IELTS. This breed is more adaptable than that breed. A senior cat is calmer than a kitten. A guinea pig enclosure is bigger than a hamster cage.
And modals in context. You should research lifespan differences. You must plan emergency funds. You could adopt bonded pairs for companionship. You might choose foster to adopt if uncertain.
Audience questions time. Which temperament fits your schedule? Independent, playful, protective, or cuddly? Which species matches your living space better, quieter than your neighbors tolerate, cleaner than your routine allows? Tell us below.
Second question. If you had double your free time, would you choose a higher energy pet? If not, why? Share specifics. Your details help other learners extract needs and compare types intelligently.
I love that. And please like and share if this helps. Your support genuinely pushes the algorithm and helps other learners practice nuanced comparisons and modals in real-life contexts.
Before we wrap, final cameo question for Dr. Kim. What single habit improves pet health the most, across species, from your clinic perspective?
Consistency. Predictable routines for feeding, play, training, and health checks. Consistency calms temperament, reduces anxiety, and reveals problems earlier. Small, steady habits beat occasional heroic efforts.
That lands beautifully. Consistency is kinder than chaos. I feel motivated already. Learners save that phrase. Consistency calms temperament. It's memorable and practical for daily language and daily care.
Quick recap of usable lines. In my view, this breed is more adaptable. You should schedule a vet check. If I had less space, I'd choose a calmer cat.
And remember, adoption is compassionate, breeder routes require responsibility, and all paths demand honesty. Choose an animal whose needs are easier than your stress, not harder than your week.
Next section. We'll tackle daily responsibilities: feeding, training, enrichment, grooming, and realistic schedules. We'll model example sentences you can borrow in speaking tests and shelter interviews.
Before that, drop a comment. Which comparison today changed your mind? Which detail about temperament will guide your choice? I'm genuinely curious, and your reflections teach the whole community.
All right. Refill your tea, stretch your shoulders, and picture tomorrow's routine with your ideal companion. That picture prevents regret. Ready for responsibilities, routines, and real-life language?
Yes, let's go. I feel energized and focused. We'll make responsibilities feel actionable, not scary. Practical language, practical kindness next up, daily needs with examples you can use immediately.
Let's turn the spotlight on daily life. Feeding, enrichment, training, grooming, litter or walks, plus vet schedules. Real routines decide happiness more than adorable photos ever do.
Agreed. Morning routines shape everything. I'd start with water, feeding, short play, then a calm window break. Predictable rituals make temperament steadier, healthier, and less reactive during surprises.
Dogs usually need structured walks. A brisk morning walk, shorter midday outing, and an evening enrichment session. You should rotate routes, practice leash manners, and reward calm, loose leash steps consistently.
For cats, enrichment replaces outdoor walks, climbing shelves, puzzle feeders, wand toys, and scent swaps. You might do microplay bursts 5 minutes, several times daily. Short, focused play beats chaotic marathons.
Feeding is more than scooping. Portion control prevents obesity and joint stress. You should ask your vet about calories, breed metabolism, and life stage. Too much love can literally strain hearts.
Training matters too. I prefer short, joyful sessions 1 minute, many times daily. Sit, stay, touch, and calm greetings. If I felt rushed, I'd train during commercial breaks, haha.
Grooming prevents problems. Brushing reduces shedding, mats, and hairballs. Nail trims protect joints and floors. Ear checks catch infections early. You should reward after grooming so the association feels positive, predictable.
Litter hygiene is essential. Scoop twice a day if possible. Replace regularly. If I noticed odor, I'd test clumping litter, better ventilation, and higher quality food. Cleaner setups mean calmer cats, honestly.
Scheduling vet care reduces emergencies. Puppies and kittens need vaccine series. Adults need yearly exams. Seniors might need biannual checks. You should calendar parasite prevention, dental cleanings, and microchip updates proactively.
Budget strategy time. I'd set a monthly pet envelope. Food, litter, grooming tools, training classes, and an emergency fund. If money were tight, I'd switch fun from toys to DIY enrichment.
Let's model modals in context. You should plan 2 walks daily for moderate breeds. You must provide fresh water always. You could use puzzle feeders. You might book group classes for socialization.
Second, conditional role play. If I had unpredictable shifts, I'd hire a trusted walker twice weekly, and I'd choose a calmer breed or adult cat less demanding than a puppy.
If I lived with roommates, I'd write house rules. Feeding schedule, litter duties, walk rotations, and no unsupervised open doors. Clear agreements prevent arguments and protect animals from accidental escapes.
Temperament stewardship matters. A shy cat improves with consistent routines and quiet hiding spots. You might reward tiny bravery 1 step forward, soft praise, then pause. Small wins accumulate like compound interest.
For energetic dogs, enrichment equals sanity. Sniff walks, scatter feeding, flirt pole, training games. You should avoid endless fetch. It can create adrenaline junkies. Teach off-switch calm with reinforced relaxation.
Travel logistics next. If I traveled monthly, I'd build a sitter network early. Vet referrals, trial stays, written instructions. I'd pack medication lists, microchip numbers, and emergency contacts inside the carrier.
Crate and carrier training are kindness, not punishment. You could introduce them with treats, meals inside, and open-door naps. Calm confinement helps during vet visits, travel, and home repairs, honestly.
Supervision prevents disasters. I'd never leave a new pet alone with electrical cords, plants, or windows without secure screens. Prevention is cheaper than any emergency vet night. Who learned that lesson?
Behavior problems often signal unmet needs. Barking might mean boredom, scratching might mean stress. You should translate behavior into needs, not moral drama. Adjust enrichment, space, and predictability first.
Let's compare routines. A cat is often calmer than a puppy, easier than a herding dog, less demanding than a working breed. Yet some cats demand more enrichment than mellow senior dogs.
Healthy boundaries matter. I'd say, I love you, but not the counter. Train an incompatible behavior. Place on a mat. Reward quiet. Repeat during cooking. Engineering better choices beats scolding.
Socialization sweet spot early, gentle, and diverse. You might introduce surfaces, sounds, people, and umbrellas, but at a pace the temperament accepts. Curiosity grows when fear doesn't win every scene.
Vet communication prepare questions. Ask about diet, weight, dental tartar, fleas, ticks, vaccines, and behavior. You should bring videos of concerning habits. Clinics love precise evidence more than vague descriptions.
Grooming specifics. Long coats need detangling, curly coats need professional shaping, short coats still shed. If I ignored brushing, I'd pay later with mats, hot spots, and tearful, expensive fixes.
Apartment strategies. Choose quieter toys, schedule elevator etiquette, and plan outdoor potty routines. You could create a balcony garden for sniffs, with safe plants. Indoor life can still be interesting.
House strategies. Fenced yards help, but unsupervised yard time isn't enrichment. If I relied only on the yard, I'd still schedule walks. The nose needs novelty more than square footage.
Allergies happen. You should consult doctors, try air purifiers, and clean textiles. Some breeds are more hypoallergenic than others, but no magic. Grooming plus vacuuming beats myths and internet promises.
Time math matters. A moderate dog might need 90 minutes total exercise and enrichment daily. A cat might need 60 minutes of distributed play and puzzle feeding. Honest math prevents disappointment.
Emergency preparedness. I'd pack a go bag. Food, water, medications, copies of records, spare leash, collapsible bowls, and a familiar blanket. During storms, routine anchors worried animals like a lighthouse.
Listeners, reflective questions. Which part of your day feels flexible enough for consistent enrichment? Which habit would you prioritize first: litter hygiene, walks, training, or grooming? Tell us why in the comments.
Second audience question. If you had half your current free time, would you still choose the same pet type? Which comparative trade-off seems kinder, calmer than, cheaper than, or more adaptable than?
Medical basics. Spay or neuter reduces certain health risks and behavior issues. You should discuss ideal timing with your vet. Breed, age, and temperament influence decisions more than one-size-fits-all charts.
Dental care is underrated. You could start with finger brushes, dental chews, and gradual desensitization. If I ignored teeth, I'd expect pain, infections, and higher costs, quiet problems exploding later.
Safety cues. I'd teach wait at doors, leave it for dangerous items, and touch for recall. Short sessions, high-value rewards, and joyful tone. Safety words can literally save lives, honestly.
Enrichment rotation calendar helps. Monday sniff boxes, Tuesday training, Wednesday puzzle feeder, Thursday flirt pole, Friday calm massage. You might repeat weekly, adjusting intensity to age, breed, and temperament.
Speaking practice line. In my view, my cat is calmer than last month because we added vertical space. That's comparatives, cause and evidence clean, persuasive, perfect for IELTS speaking.
Another modeling line. I should schedule biannual vet checks now that she's older. Modal plus time. Sensitive responsibility. Realistic, respectful, and immediately useful in adoption interviews or homestay conversations.
Troubleshooting anxiety. If a dog paced during storms, I'd create a cozy den, add white noise, and train relaxation cues. I might try vet-approved wraps or meds after professional consultation.
For cats avoiding litter, I'd test box count, size, and location. You should avoid scented litter, add 1 box per cat +1, and rule out medical issues before behavior labels.
Community support matters. Trainers, veterinarians, behaviorists, sitters, and rescue groups. If I felt stuck, I'd ask for help earlier than pride prefers. Progress accelerates when ego gets out of the way.
One quick cost comparison. A calmer adult cat might be cheaper than a high-energy puppy over the first year, yet dental or allergy care could reverse it. Budgets require curiosity, not assumptions.
Final routine snapshot. morning hydration, feeding, enrichment burst, midday check-in, evening training, grooming, and quiet bonding. If that rhythm felt peaceful, I'd know the temperament match was finally right.
All right. Breathe. Daily responsibilities can feel heavy, but structure creates freedom. Next, we'll compare costs, spaces, and adoption choices with sharper comparatives and practical budgeting language.
Before we move on, drop a comment about your toughest routine challenge. Like, share, and tell a friend who's deciding. Helping them today might prevent a heartbreaking surrender tomorrow, honestly.
Thank you for staying thoughtful and kind. Realistic routines protect animals and protect your heart. Ready to weigh costs, space, and lifestyle trade-offs with clear, confident English?
Yes, let's go. I'm motivated. We'll make numbers humane and decisions calmer. Next up, costs, space constraints, and smart compromises for happier homes and healthier companions.
Let's put numbers on love. Ha. Budgets, space, and time shape everything. Cheaper today can be pricier tomorrow, while smaller spaces can be kinder than chaotic, overstimulating homes.
Money talk feels unromantic, but compassion needs planning. Food, vaccinations, parasite prevention, grooming, training classes, litter, microchip updates, emergency funds, these costs appear quieter than barking, yet bite harder.
Start with startup costs. Adoption fees, crates or carriers, litter boxes, leashes, bowls, enrichment toys, scratching posts, initial vet check. You should expect a heavier first month than later months.
Monthly costs vary. A large breed dog eats more than a cat, obviously. Grooming can be pricier than kibble for curly coats. Cats need litter, dogs need poop bags, and often professional nail trims.
Emergency funds are non-negotiable. You should set aside a cushion. If savings were tight, I'd reduce restaurant spending and create a pet envelope. Emergency midnight clinics are pricier than scheduled daytime visits.
Insurance or savings? You might choose either. Insurance spreads risk, savings keep control. If I worried about surprise surgeries, I'd pick insurance. If disciplined, I'd automate transfers into a dedicated account.
Space math now. Apartments are often quieter than suburban houses because neighbors force routine. You must respect noise rules. Quieter breeds or calmer adult cats are kinder than high-energy herders without outlets.
But houses tempt laziness. Haha, I know. A yard looks easier than walks, yet routine walks stimulate the nose and brain. Yard-only exercise is cheaper than training, but also less enriching than sniff walks.
Comparatives help decisions. Cheaper than, quieter than, more adaptable than, less demanding than. A senior rescue might be calmer than a puppy, cheaper than intensive training, and more predictable than adolescent experiments.
Let's model sentences. In my view, a neutered adult cat is cheaper than a high-energy puppy. This breed is more adaptable than that breed to small apartments. Natural, persuasive, respectful language.
Adoption versus breeder. Adoption is often cheaper initially and emotionally powerful. You should still ask shelters about temperament notes, socialization history, and medical records. Honesty saves heartbreak.
Responsible breeders screen hips, hearts, eyes, and temperament. More expensive up front, yes, but fewer surprises later. You must demand transparency health tests, pedigrees, early socialization, and lifetime take-back contracts.
Devil's advocate. Some say adoption always wins ethically. I'd argue responsible breeding preserves healthy working lines and service prospects. The elephant in the room is demand. Irresponsible sources fill gaps otherwise.
Agreed. Ethics require curiosity, not slogans. Learners, grab that phrase. Ask tough questions on either path. Compassion equals planning plus accountability. A good decision is calmer than a dramatic rescue impulse.
Housing rules matter. Landlords might restrict size, breed, or species. You should get written permission, plus a pet addendum. Clear agreements are safer than verbal promises that evaporate when managers rotate.
Soundproofing tricks help apartments. Rugs soften footsteps, door draft stoppers reduce hallway noise, white noise calms anxious pets. Quieter homes are friendlier than endless apologies to frustrated neighbors, honestly.
Crate or safe room equals peace. You could create a predictable rest space, comfortable bed, chew options, and low light. Calm recovery is healthier than constant stimulation and prevents reactivity spirals.
Cost hacks without cruelty. Rotate toys, DIY puzzle feeders, borrow training books from libraries, learn basic grooming at home, but you must still budget professional help for mats, nails, or medical issues.
Food choices affect vet bills. Ultra-cheap diets can be pricier long-term than moderate, balanced options. You should ask your vet about calories, breed needs, and life stage, not TikTok trends.
Time is money's secret twin. A calmer pet might be cheaper than a high-energy one because training hours are workplace hours. If your schedule is tight, choose independence over intensity. That's kinder.
Hypoallergenic marketing can exaggerate. Some breeds shed less, but all produce dander. You could pair regular grooming with air purifiers and washable covers. Practical habits are more reliable than magical labels.
Travel budgeting matters. Boarding, sitters, or pet-friendly stays. If I traveled quarterly, I'd build a sitter network early. Trusted help is cheaper than last-minute panic and calmer than rushed guilty goodbyes.
Comparative housing examples. A studio with vertical cat shelves can be more enriching than a large, cluttered house. A small yard beside a big park is better than a big yard beside a highway.
Safety costs are preventive savings. Microchips, ID tags, secure screens, baby gates. One prevented escape is cheaper than one search party or one accident. Prevention is quieter than emergency sirens, thank goodness.
Let's weave modals naturally. You should calculate monthly minimums. You must include emergency buffers. You could negotiate pet rent. You might adopt bonded pairs if loneliness causes destructive behavior. Sometimes pairs stabilize emotions.
Roleplay time. If I earned less this year, I'd adopt a calmer adult cat. I'd say, I should schedule vaccinations, I might learn basic grooming, I would save monthly for emergencies.
If I moved to a tighter apartment, I'd choose a breed more adaptable than my previous dog. I'd schedule enrichment windows, elevator etiquette, and daily sniff walks instead of chaotic, exhausting fetch marathons.
Hidden costs, deposits, pet rent, professional cleaners when moving out. You should read contracts. Surprise fees are nastier than hairballs, haha, and harder to vacuum from your budget.
Behavior investment beats replacement costs. A short training package is cheaper than damaged floors. You could teach settle and leave it. Calm dogs chew fewer table legs. Calm owners breathe easier.
Medical transparency. Ask shelters for previous treatments, flea control, and dental notes. Ask breeders for OFA scores, cardiac echoes, and temperament evaluations. Vet partnerships are stronger than guesswork and prettier than Instagram.
Audience question 1. Which cost surprised you most? Insurance, dental care, grooming, or litter? Tell us your number and your city. Local prices help other learners compare fairly and realistically.
Audience question 2. If space were half as big, which pet would still fit your heart and routine? Which temperament feels kinder, quieter than neighbors need, or friendlier than your visitors expect?
Let's compare adoption paths. Shelter adoption is cheaper than many breeders and quicker than waiting lists. Foster to adopt is safer than guessing. Trial weeks reveal temperament shifts faster than hallway meet and greets.
And breeder paths. Ethical breeders are slower than pet shops, stricter than casual sellers, and clearer than hush-hush ads. You should walk away from secrecy. Transparency today prevents tears tomorrow.
City versus countryside. City life is louder than fields, but offers more trainers and clinics. Countryside yards are larger than balconies, but emergency clinics might be farther than you'd prefer.
Allergy planning. You might test reactions with friends' pets first. If symptoms appeared, I'd meet hypoallergenic-leaning breeds, add purifiers, and schedule grooming. Better to adjust early than surrender later, painfully.
Let's craft persuasive lines for IELTS. In my view, long-term costs are heavier than the adoption fee. You should prioritize temperament over color. This setup is safer than that one for kittens.
Modals with empathy. You should consider fostering first. You must secure windows. You could budget weekly for enrichment. You might choose senior adoption if you want calmer companionship and shorter training curves.
Second conditional check. If I had a newborn, I'd postpone high-energy breeds and adopt later. I'd focus on quiet routines, supervised introductions, and predictable nap windows for everyone's sanity, honestly.
If I owned a spacious house, I'd still schedule structured walks. I'd say, I should enrich minds, not just yards. Mental workouts are cheaper than broken fences and kinder than frustration.
Quick idiom cameo: don't let the cat out of the bag with surprise pets for family members. Consent is cheaper than conflict. Informed choices are sturdier than grand gestures under holiday pressure.
Another idiom, a different animal. Budgeting for seniors versus puppies is a different animal entirely. Medicine replaces obedience classes sometimes. Still love, just different receipts and different rhythms.
Summing up trade-offs: smaller spaces need smarter routines. Tighter budgets need stricter planning. Adoption or breeder both need honesty. Practical kindness is more powerful than dramatic promises without follow-through.
Before Section 5, breathe and imagine receipts, calendars, and calm evenings. Do these numbers feel manageable? Share your plan below. Like, share, and comment to help the algorithm help other learners today.
Next, we'll tackle common problems and practical solutions: behavior, allergies, travel, conflict between pets, plus memorable lines you can reuse in interviews and IELTS tasks.
I feel ready. Let's make problems smaller than our strategies and fears quieter than our routines. Okay, friends, refill your water and join us in the next section.
Problems happen, even with love and planning. Today we'll translate stress into steps: allergies, barking, scratching, litter issues, travel, multi-pet conflicts, and separation anxiety. Practical language, practical kindness.
Let's start with allergies. Sneezing, itchy eyes, irritated skin, yikes. You should consult a doctor, try purifiers, vacuum often, and bathe or groom regularly. Honest testing beats dramatic surrender posts.
Second conditional check: if I were sensitive, I'd meet pets in short visits first. I'd say, I might try hypoallergenic, leaning breeds, air filters, and frequent grooming before adopting.
Behavior time: barking. Many dogs bark from boredom, anxiety, or over-arousal. You should add sniff walks, puzzle feeders, training for quiet and predictable routines. Exercise quality matters more than endless fetch.
Comparatives can guide choices. A sniff walk is more calming than frantic ball chasing, less demanding than dog park chaos, and often more enriching than backyard laps. The nose is a nervous system switch.
Scratching with cats: it's normal, not naughty. You should provide tall, stable scratching posts, different textures, and strategic placement. Reward the post, not the sofa. Trim nails gently with treats and patience.
Litter problems often mean communication. Boxes too small, locations too noisy, litter too perfumed. You should offer multiple boxes, one per cat plus one scoop daily, and rule out medical issues before blame.
Travel stress next. If I traveled monthly, I'd carrier train early. I'd say, I should pack meds, microchip info, and familiar blankets. I might arrange trial stays with a trusted sitter.
Dogs who panic alone need structure. You could create a departure routine, calm mat time, food puzzles, white noise, short absences gradually longer. Consistency is kinder than big, heroic weekend attempts.
Multi-pet conflicts. Emotions spike. Slow introductions win. Barrier greetings, scent swaps, parallel walks, and structured rewards for calm. You should manage resources, separate bowls, safe zones, predictable affection.
Opinion starter. In my view, management is faster than arguments. Baby gates, leashes indoors, and rotation schedules are cheaper than damage and kinder than forced, chaotic, let them figure it out scenes.
Leash reactivity feels dramatic outdoors. You might use distance as information, cross streets early, reward focus, and practice calm patterns. Short, successful reps are more effective than long, chaotic battles.
Vet partnership solves mysteries. You should record videos of concerning behaviors, track timing, and bring food logs. Clear evidence is more persuasive than guesswork, and clinics appreciate data-driven kindness.
Storm anxiety, such a heartache. If thunder rolled, I'd prepare a cozy den, white noise, gentle compression garments, and trained breathing cues for both of us. I might discuss medication options compassionately.
Chewing in adolescent dogs explodes without outlets. You should rotate safe chews, teach, leave it, and reinforce settle on a mat. A calmer schedule is cheaper than a new coffee table, frankly.
Jumping greetings happen from excitement, not spite. I'd teach an incompatible behavior, sit for hello, hands low, reward quietly. Guests should follow the script. Mixed messages are louder than training.
Cat introductions thrive on time. You could feed on opposite sides of a door, swap blankets, and increase visual contact gradually. Progress feels slower than Instagram, but results are stronger than rushes.
Allergies again: litter dust, dander, and textiles. You should choose low-dust litter, wash bedding weekly, and brush outdoors. Comparatively, prevention is cheaper than prescriptions and calmer than midnight emergency sneezes.
Apartment noise complaints, oof. You might schedule exercise before quiet hours, add rugs, and teach settle during hallway sounds. A tired brain is quieter than a restless one. Neighbors appreciate diplomacy.
Travel wording for IELTS interviews. In my view, predictable routines are safer than last-minute arrangements. You should confirm pet-friendly policies. You might budget for a sitter instead of rushing flights.
Resource guarding scares families. You should avoid confrontation, trade up calmly, and practice consent-based handling. A structured exchange is safer than grabbing. Professional help earlier is cheaper than stitches later.
Cat overstimulation when petting flips to swats. If I notice tail flicks and ears flattening, I'd pause sooner. I might switch to chin scratches, shorter sessions, and wand toy play instead.
House soiling after moves often reflects stress. You should expand territory slowly, add extra boxes, and reward calm exploration. Consistency is more effective than scolding, which usually confuses sensitive animals.
Separation anxiety troubleshooting. Practice tiny exits, literally seconds. I'd say, I should pair departures with a stuffed puzzle. I might use cameras to measure progress. Data builds confidence and compassion.
Car sickness? You could start with parked car snacks, then driveway trips, then short loops. Open windows slightly, use non-slip mats, and consult vets for anti-nausea options if needed.
Quick idiom moment. When storms hit hard, it's raining cats and dogs. Haha, dramatic metaphor. Plan ahead with safe spaces and microchips. Chaos outside shouldn't become chaos inside.
Debate vocabulary injection: mitigate, escalate, stabilize, prioritize, compromise. Learners, try them. We should mitigate barking before it escalates. This plan stabilizes emotions. I prioritize enrichment. Our compromise protects everyone.
Allergy management: persuasive line. In my view, grooming regularly is more effective than hoping symptoms vanish. Weigh options kindly. Some families foster first, then adopt if health remains stable.
Boredom metrics: if destruction declines after enrichment, your plan is working. You should track outcomes weekly. Clear notes are more convincing than memories when discussing behavior with trainers.
Crate training confidence. If the crate felt scary, I'd feed meals inside, toss treats, and praise calm exits. I might never shut the door initially. Choice builds trust faster.
Nail trimming nerves. You could desensitize by touching paws, then clicking clippers away from feet, then one nail, reward, end session. Short success beats long battles. Confidence compounds like interest.
Leash pulling drives people wild. Teach pressure release. When tension appears, stop. When slack returns, move. You should reinforce eye contact. Walks become quieter than tug of war, and shoulders thank you.
Visitors and shy pets. You might create a guest protocol. Treats tossed gently. No reaching, quiet voices, and sideways body angles. Respectful humans feel safer than enthusiastic, grabby hands.
Feeding conflicts in multi-pet homes. I'd feed separately, remove bowls after meals, and supervise calmly. Predictable boundaries are kinder than risky negotiations in crowded kitchens.
Water obsession or hose chasing. Redirect to sniff games and calm fines. You should avoid reinforcing frantic states. Comparatively, slow problem solving is safer than exciting chaos that rebounds harder tomorrow.
Fur mats form silently. If I notice small tangles, I detangle gently with a comb, then reward. I might book professional grooming before crisis. Prevention is cheaper than sedation shaves.
Claw caps can protect furniture temporarily, but training and environmental design matter more. You should choose sturdy posts near couches. Teach the better option before saying no repeatedly.
Door-dashing cats. I'd add double-door buffers, teach wait, and use food for returns. Microchips and collars with IDs are non-negotiable. Freedom is delightful, but safety is kinder than scares.
Crate whining myths. You could check needs first: potty, temperature, and pain. Then reinforce quiet seconds, gradually longer. Blanket over crate sometimes helps. Predictability beats debates at midnight.
Medication stigma. If I had a panicked dog, I'd consult a vet behaviorist. I might combine training with meds temporarily. Calmer brains learn faster. Compassion beats pride every single time.
Audience question 1. Which problem feels bigger than expected? Barking, litter issues, travel, or introductions? Which solution felt more adaptable than your current plan? Share details. Specifics help other learners troubleshoot.
Audience question 2. If your schedule changed tomorrow, which routine would you protect first? Enrichment, grooming, or vet checks? Tell us why. Your priorities teach persuasive language and practical decision-making.
Final comparative snapshot. Structured routines are safer than heroic weekends. Calm introductions are healthier than forced friendships. Prevention is cheaper than emergency care. Consistency is kinder than adrenaline.
I feel proud of these tools. Problems aren't moral failures, they're messages. Next, we'll craft viral, memorable lines and reflective conclusions, plus final CTAs for community momentum.
Yes, we'll shape shareable quotes you can post, persuasive phrases for IELTS, and compassionate commitments for real life. Ready to leave listeners inspired and energized?
Absolutely. Take a breath, smile a little, and imagine your future routines running smoother than last month. Okay, friends, join us for the finale.
All right, friends, finale time. Let's turn everything into memorable, useful lines you can quote, share, and actually use in conversations, interviews, and IELTS speaking answers.
I feel excited and grateful. Today was bigger than cute photos. It was responsibility, temperament, budgets, and honest love. Let's craft shareable lines that travel faster than excuses, haha.
First takeaway. Consistency calms temperament. Use it everywhere. Morning routines, litter hygiene, leash manners. You should repeat small wins daily. Tiny habits are cheaper than emergencies and stronger than weekend heroics.
Second takeaway, choose the pet that matches your calendar, not your fantasies. In my view, realistic love is kinder than dramatic promises. If time were scarce, I'd choose calmer companionship.
Third takeaway, with comparatives. Quieter than your hallway, friendlier than your schedule, more adaptable than last year's routine. That sentence helps you evaluate breeds, ages, and species without insulting personalities.
Fourth, budget is a love language. You must plan food, vet visits, grooming, and surprises. If money were tight, I'd automate savings and swap pricey toys for creative enrichment.
Viral line, incoming short, punchy, true. Adoption saves lives, honesty prevents heartbreak. You could foster first, observe temperament, ask tough questions, and choose compassion with calendars. Not wishful thinking.
Another shareable. A yard is not a walk. It's catchy because it's true. Yards are quieter than streets, but sniffs and novelty are healthier than lazy laps.
Opinion starter modeling. I'm convinced a predictable routine stabilizes behavior. From experience, sniff walks are more calming than fetch. I'd argue senior adoption is kinder than I expected.
Modals in action. You should schedule regular vet checks. You must secure windows. You might choose bonded pairs to reduce loneliness. You could practice calm greetings before guests arrive on weekends.
Second conditional modeling again. If I had double the time, I'd adopt a higher energy dog. If I lived in a studio, I'd choose an adaptable cat and stronger enrichment.
One more conditional. If my allergies worsened, I'd trial purifiers, bathing routines, and grooming plans. I'd say, I should meet different breeds slowly. I might foster before permanent commitments.
Listening skills spotlight. Extracting details about types and needs. When shelters mention temperament, socialization, or medical notes, you should pause and clarify. Details predict routines better than adorable introductions ever will.
Vocabulary cameo, naturally woven, breed, vet, temperament, enrichment, microchip, crate, leash, litter, grooming, adoption, shelter, spay, neuter, socialization. These words equal real responsibilities, not just pretty captions.
Debate vocabulary refresh. Prioritize, mitigate, stabilizze, adapt, compromise, evaluate, allocate, optimize, reconsider, align, negotiate, implement. Try this. We should prioritize enrichment to mitigate barking and stabilize evenings.
Idiom wrap-up, quick and helpful. Elephant in the room is allergens or time limits. Top dog means the dominant personality. Let the cat out of the bag exposes surprises you should discuss first.
Shareable microspeech number 1. In my view, temperament fit matters more than color. You should meet twice, observe calmly, and choose a routine you can repeat on sleepy Mondays.
Microspeech number 2. I'd choose honest love over impulsive love. Consistency beats chaos. Health records beat hashtags. If I had doubts, I'd foster, not guess.
Memorable chorus line. Consistency over chaos, compassion over impulse, temperament over trends. Repeat that when friends ask. It's persuasive, respectful, and portable for IELTS discussions in real life.
Let's craft a tiny elevator pitch. If a landlord asked, I'd say, we should match temperament to space. This cat is calmer than average, quieter than neighbors need, and fully vaccinated.
Interview scenario. Shelter volunteer asks, why this pet? I'd answer, I evaluated temperament, budget, and time. I could provide enrichment daily, and I might enroll in a beginner class.
Quick comparative practice. This setup is safer than that one. These routines are cheaper than emergencies. Senior adoption is calmer than puppy chaos. Add your own, then post them in comments.
Audience question 1. Which line today will you quote to a friend? Yard is not a walk. Adoption saves lives. Or consistency calms temperament. Tell us why it resonates, specifically.
Audience question 2. If your schedule changed suddenly, which routine would you protect first? Vet checks, enrichment, grooming, or training? I'm curious how your priorities adapt under pressure.
Emotional reality check. Commitment includes boring days. You should celebrate boring days. Boring means stable. Stable is healthier than dramatic. Healthier pets are cheaper than emergencies and happier than chaos.
Proud moment. You've gathered vocabulary and tone for persuasive English. Opinion starters, modals, second conditionals, comparatives woven inside real choices, not isolated formulas. That's speaking confidence, not memorized charts.
Let's model one perfect IELTS-style response. Natural and specific. In my view, a senior rescue fits my apartment. I should plan daily enrichment. If problems appeared, I'd consult trainers early.
Another model, I'm convinced grooming regularly is more effective than hoping allergies fade. If symptoms worsened, I'd reconsider species. I might foster first to stabilize routines before committing.
Before final CTAs, 2 viral lines to screenshot. First, love is a routine, not a promise. Short, memorable, honest. It spreads because it's useful, not just poetic. Haha.
Second, choose the pet that matches your Tuesday. I love Tuesdays. Ordinary, busy, real. That sentence makes people think about errands, meetings, and patience, not weekend sunshine only.
Practical template you can personalize. I'd choose because it's calmer than, healthier than my stress, and more adaptable than my commute. Fill the blanks, comment your version, help others decide.
And one last comparative nudge. Quieter than your neighbors prefer, cleaner than your sofa deserves, kinder than your schedule predicts. It's playful, but honestly, it's practical decision-making and rhythm.
Community gratitude moment. Your comments teach other learners. Your likes and shares literally push this episode to more classrooms, shelters, and living rooms. That algorithm listens when you speak kindly.
So please like, share, and comment right now. Tell us your pet plan, your budget trick, your temperament checklist. Let's make English learning feel warmer than grammar tables and smarter than guesswork.
If you had unlimited time and space, what companion would you choose tomorrow? If your time were halved, how would your plan adapt kindly? Post details specifics help people make compassionate choices.
Final skills recap: quick and friendly, opinion starters, modals for advice, second conditional decisions, and comparatives for nuance. You practice persuasion without shouting and cared without pretending. That's growth.
My last micro-commitment. If I had doubts, I'd ask questions earlier than pride prefers. I should remember calm days are wins. I might write routines on the fridge, visibly.
My last promise: I'd choose a temperament that harmonizes with my Tuesday. I should budget monthly, schedule vet checks, and celebrate small progress. Calm hope feels beautiful tonight.
Friends, thanks for staying thoughtful. Save those punchy lines, practice them aloud, and use them at shelters, clinics, and interviews. You could help someone choose wisely today.
We're grateful you're here. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if this helped you. Your support is the bridge that carries these lessons to someone who needs them tomorrow.
This is English Podcast for Listening and Speaking. Signing off with one truth. Consistent kindness is stronger than impulse. Choose wisely, love steadily, and speak clearly about needs.
Take care, everyone. Hug your routines, not just your dreams. We'll see you next time with practical language, honest hearts, and conversations that make life gentler than yesterday. Bye for now.